back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we are going to be doing a book collection video. I know a lot of you, good girl, I know a lot of you probably don't know this about me, but I actually have a pretty good collection of books, and I do like to read. Now, I don't talk about reading too much because I don't do it too much. The only times I really love to read is at the end of the night to kind of like wind myself down, to kind of like escape the day that I had, just to kind of throw myself into a book. That is my favorite thing to do. I do also have a Kindle with a few books on it, but these are all just like physical book copies. While I do love my Kindle, thank you to my sister, it was a hand-me-down from her. I do love my Kindle, but there's just something about having like a physical copy of a book that I just absolutely love. Like I just love having the real book in my hands. So just to kind of run it down, some of the books that I have on my Kindle, I have the Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx. I have A Father's Story, which is about Jeffrey Dahmer's dad wrote a book. I have that book. I have the Britney Spears book on there that I haven't read yet. I have Cherie Curry's book on there. And I think that's all I have on my Kindle. It's currently dead, so it's charging, so I can't like double check, but I'm pretty sure those are all of the books that I have on there. Britney, Cherie Curry, Jeffrey Dahmer's dad, and the Heroin Diaries from Nikki Sixx. Some of my favorite books to read, and the books that I have the most of, are about celebrities, singers, actresses, actors, singers. I love reading like autobiographies or like stories about people's life. The only book that I don't have, that I did order, and it won't get here until like the second week of October, that is Ozzy Osbourne's last book. I did have to pre-order that, but that one is called Last Rites. I pre-ordered it and it will be getting here in a few weeks. So that is the only book that I don't have in this current collection. That is one that I'm still waiting on. So without further ado, all my book-loving people, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I don't know, maybe I'll start with like all my animal books because I have quite a few animal books. This is like my big, giant animal book pile. A lot of these I got when I went to school for dog grooming, and a few of these I bought on my own. The very first one I'll show you guys is the Dr. Jan Pohl, Never Turn Your Back on an Angus Cow. That is the first book. This is one of my newer purchases. I have not read it yet. I absolutely love Dr. Pohl, okay? If there is a series that I have watched the most of, it is Dr. Pohl. I have seen all 24 seasons at least 5 or 6 times, okay? Like, I love the show Dr. Pohl. I was so devastated when it got canceled, and when I saw that he had a book, I had to get it. So this is the first one, Dr. Jan Pohl. Oh my God, I freaking love this show. It's like a comfort show to me, and I'm so glad that I have like a book of him now. And I think this is like just telling his story of like what it's like to be like a country large animal vet. Next one I have is Canine Terminology. This was one of the books that I got when I went to grooming school. This basically is kind of like a technical book, so it teaches you all about like different breeds and their different body parts, different coat. It just kind of goes in alphabetical order, and it just tells you all the proper canine terminology that groomers, show groomers, veterinarians, vet techs that they use. So I love my Canine Terminology book. Another book that I absolutely love that I got when I went to school for grooming is Pet First Aid, Injuries, and Health. And as you can see, I have some bookmarks here. This book I absolutely love. It is like a must-have in my collection. And it just talks about what to do, like safe grooming procedures, pet first aid, pet first aid, salon injuries. It talks all about parasites, different kinds of parasites, how they, how pets come in contact with them, their life cycles, nutrition, dental, and I have the choking section highlighted. I have CPR highlighted and bookmarked, and inducing vomiting and the poison control number. Those are probably the 3 most important things that I personally worry about when it comes to pets. So I have those bookmarked and ready to go just in case. The next one, which I'm probably never ever going to read this book because I never want to have a puppy again for as long as I live. Having a puppy, like, kind of traumatized me. I hated having a puppy. I know people love puppies. I hated the puppy stage. Like, Avril, when she was a puppy, it damn near almost sent me into a psych ward. But this one is Puppy Training in 7 Easy Steps. So it just kind of helps you raise a puppy. My mom gave this to me, I think around the time when I got Avril, but I honestly don't think I ever used it. And I probably should have. It probably would have helped me back then when she was a puppy, but I don't know. I might hang on to this and just read it, maybe just to educate myself. The next book I have, I call the Dog Bible, and that is this big book. This is one of the biggest books that I have. It's very, very thick. And the reason why I call this the Dog Bible is because this book literally has every single dog breed in the American Kennel Club, and it tells you all about different dog breeds, their form and function, the history of the breed, competition, what they should, behavioral traits, things like that. And this is the American Kennel Club, the new and complete dog book right here. I love this one. Again, I got this when I went to grooming school. They sent this to me. It was a part of my schooling. This is the 22nd edition. I love this book. Sometimes I get it out just to read about it, ooh, I wonder what it would be like having this kind of dog, or I wonder what the behavioral traits of a Chinese crested are. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, this is what I call the Dog Bible. I love this book so very much. Oh, it's a heavy one. The next one is, I call it the Cat Bible, because this is the complete cat breed book. It's a little thinner, as you can see, but this has all the different cat breeds in it, and it tells you all about the different cats. It helps you read about different cat breeds so you can choose which one is best for you, because not every cat breed is the same. There are different cats for different people, and it's just fun to learn about these. Look at this. What the heck? I've never heard of a Highlander cat before. How cute is that? Or a Sphynx. Oh my gosh, I would love to own a Sphynx someday. I think they're just absolutely adorable. Next are 2 actual grooming books. This one is The Theory of 5. So this is kind of a little guide to help you with the body, the head, ears, feet, tail, how to trim, how to properly use your clippers. I used this a lot when I was in grooming school. How to apply clip combs, how to groom with clip combs. Yeah, it talks about different breeds and how to use your clippers on those breeds. It teaches you all about hand scissoring, how to properly hand scissor. Anatomy, it talks about anatomy a lot. So this is a really, really good book to have if you are learning to groom. Teaches you, I use this page a lot. This is how to get a round face, because I really struggled with round heads when I was in school, or when I was learning. So this is a really good grooming book. And then my other really big book, this is Notes from the Grooming Table. This is the 2nd edition right here. I also got this when I was in grooming school. And this one, if you get a breed of dog on your table and they want a breed standard cut, this book basically tells you how to do that breed standard cut. It's kind of like an outline, and it also talks about carding and hand stripping. I even took notes and stuff and highlighted stuff in this. This book is very, very expensive, so I definitely got my money's worth when I paid for grooming school, that is for sure. Where to use your clippers, how to use them, what blade size to use, just in case. I also have the mini version of this, so it's literally this book, but it's called Pocket Edition, and it's just this little tiny one. I keep that in my grooming bag, and I take it to work because I can't be lugging this all the way to work, you know what I mean? But all right, those are all of my animal books. So this book is actually the oldest book that I own. I have had this book since I was in the end of 7th grade, I believe. And I'm sure a lot of you who are in my age range, you might recognize this book. You might. But this is by Patricia McCormick, and this is called Cut. Right here. Do any of you guys recognize this? It is very old. Like I said, I have had this since I was in 7th, 8th grade, something like that. But it's basically about a story about a girl who struggles with self-harm, and she goes away to treatment, and she kind of learns how to help heal herself. It's kind of a sad book, but I remember, I have not read it in probably 12 years or longer. I have not read this book. But from what I remember, I really liked it. But I really want to know, do any of you recognize this book? Did any of you guys read this book? Because, man, I feel like this was super popular back in like 2007, 2008. So let me know. But this is my oldest book. The next one I have, this one is called Why Does He Do That? Inside the Minds of Angry and Controlling Men by Lundy Bancroft. This one I bought at the recommendation of a therapist because I've really always, I mean, growing up, I witnessed a lot of abuse. I had my own questionable relationships, and it just kind of gives you an insight on why certain men exhibit certain behaviors and just kind of what that means. I didn't finish reading this whole book because it was kind of hard for me to read. I think I only got about like a quarter of the way through it, but yeah. This one was a recommendation from my therapist. You know, how drugs and alcohol play a role, how abuse begins, the signs of abuse, the abusive man in everyday life. So, I don't know. I know this may seem kind of like sexist to some of you, but if you know, you know. Next, I have a 2-book set right here. This is the Colleen Hoover, It Ends With Us, It Starts With Us. So I have both of these books right here. I absolutely loved the movie, It Ends With Us. Loved it. But I've never read the book. So I wanted to get both and read both because, especially since we're probably not ever going to get a second movie. You know what I mean? Because with all the drama with Blake Lively and whatnot. Okay, next we'll probably move on to my horror books. I don't have very many of them, but I have some Goosebumps books. Yay, Goosebumps, Goosebumps. Look it. Now, these are ones that I had to bid off of on eBay. And the ones that I got, all the ones that I'm holding in my hands right here, are some of my all-time favorites. And I will actually show you the very first book that I ever ended up reading when I was like 8 years old. It was this one. This was my first ever Goosebumps book that I ever read, and I loved it. So in my adult life, I wanted to own it again. When I was a kid, my mom actually ended up sending all of our Goosebumps books because we had the full collection, okay? Like, we had every single Goosebumps book that ever was made. My mom ended up sending them to my half-brother, and I never saw him again. I was so mad at her for that because, like, nobody appreciates Goosebumps like I do. So I went on eBay and I just bid on a whole bunch of Goosebumps books. But this was the first one I ever read. So I have The Barking Ghost. Oh, wow, these are kind of dusty. Sorry, guys. So I have The Barking Ghost. I have this one, Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. I freaking love Goosebumps. This was another one of my favorite ones, and I remember being a kid, it literally like scared the crap out of me, but this was Night of the Living Dummy 2. Oh my gosh, that scared me so bad as a kid. This one is The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Have that one. This one is Deep Trouble, right there. I have Welcome to Dead House, right there. I have the first Night of the Living Dummy here. So, yeah. I do want to get more Goosebumps books because I know there's more that I really liked. I just haven't been able to get on eBay and search, but I really need to do that because I want my Goosebumps books back. I want them back, guys. That's my little mini Goosebumps collection. And then this isn't really like a book to read, but this is the ultimate true crime puzzle book right here. I got this for Christmas last year, and it's basically like a serial killer puzzle book. You can go through, and it just has like different puzzle games, and you like kind of solve the mystery of like different serial killers and like learn about serial killers, I guess. I know that seems kind of like dark and evil, but I love it. I love learning about serial killers. I love the psychology behind why serial killers do things. So this book is a lot of fun. So like if I can't sleep or if I'm just chilling on the couch and I don't really want to watch TV, I'll whip this out and just do a couple puzzles. Also, who's excited? October 3rd, the new Monsters series comes out. Charlie Hunnam is Ed Gein. I am so looking forward to that. Like, let's freaking go. Okay, next we're gonna move down to celebrity, musician, and other books. This pile, I have a lot of Playboy or Playmate themed books. When I was younger, I really loved the show The Girls Next Door. And after the show ended and they all came out with books, I really, really wanted to read them. This one is phenomenal. This is the Holly Madison Down the Rabbit Hole. Such a good book. I'm not blind to the fact that everything at the mansion wasn't perfect. I am not blind to that. So it was really interesting to kind of read what went on for her perspective. So I have Down the Rabbit Hole with Holly Madison. I also have Holly Madison, The Vegas Diaries. So this was her life after she left the Playboy Mansion, like relationships, her Vegas show. So I have that one. I have two of Kendra Wilkinson's books. This one is Kendra Wilkinson, Sliding into Home. And then I also have Kendra Wilkinson, Being Kendra, right here. I have not read any of Kendra's books because I'm waiting for Bridget to come out with a book. I really want to read Bridget's book, but she hasn't come out with one yet. I'm hoping we get that hopefully by the end of the year or beginning of next year, because I want to read how it was for Bridget from Bridget's perspective, you know, because like Holly had negative things to say, Kendra kind of had negative things to say, but I really want to read all about Bridget. And this book is by Jennifer Sagnor, and this is called Playground, A Childhood Lost Inside the Playboy Mansion. I learned about this book when I watched, oh my god, what is that series? The Playboy, Secrets of Playboy? Yeah, Secrets of Playboy. That documentary like messed me up. But this girl, Jennifer, she actually spent a great deal of her childhood at the Playboy Mansion. And this is about her story at the Playboy Mansion and like things she saw and things she experienced. And I don't know, this looked real juicy. It looked real good. So I bought it. I'm really, really, really excited to read this one. I haven't read this one yet. And my other big pile of celebrity books. So this one is one of my newest ones. I'm about 80 pages into this, but this is Michael Sorrentino's, aka The Situation from Jersey Shore. This is Reality Check, Making the Best of the Situation. I have wanted to read this book for so long, and I finally got it. I was gonna get it for my Kindle, but I was like, I want the physical copy, because I just love having physical copies of books. So this is all about his story, like before the Jersey Shore, on the Jersey Shore, and after, and how he overcame his addiction issues. So far, it's really good, really juicy. Next, we have, of course, I Am Ozzy. I have been dying to get my hands on this book for months now. I ordered this about a month and a half before Ozzy passed away, because I was rewatching the Osbourne show, and I was doing some research on the Osbournes, just general research, and I saw that Ozzy had a book. So I ordered this book, and then Ozzy Osbourne unfortunately passed away July 22nd. They almost didn't send this to me because so many people had tried to order it that they actually lost it. It was just a whole mess. So this book took over a month to get to me. Hopefully when I get The Last Rites, his final book, which I'm so excited about, I'm hoping that it won't take that long to get to me because I pre-ordered it, so it should be all set to go. But I do have I Am Ozzy. Just talks about his life as Ozzy Osbourne. I heard it's really kind of crude and funny and just has a lot of really fun memories. I love reading rockstar books. Like the Heroine Diaries, I loved. One of my all-time favorite books is coming up in here that I love. So any rock star that has a book, I'll more than likely read it at some point. We have this one. This one is called The Reason, How I Discovered a Life Worth Living. This is by Lacey Sturm? I don't know how to say her last name. I'm so sorry. But this is the lead singer of the band Flyleaf. I loved Flyleaf when I was like 14 years old. Her music was like my anthem when I was younger, so I wanted to read her book. And this talks about her childhood, how she went through depression, how she almost committed suicide, how she came out of it, how she got into music, things like that. So I think somebody asked me if I liked this book, and I said I did. So if you're watching this video, yes, I did like this book. Now, one of my all-time favorite books that I own, that I love, that I would be so lost without, is The Long Hard Road Out of Hell by Marilyn Manson. This is one of my favorite books I have ever read, okay? I love Marilyn Manson. He's one of my favorite rock musicians, and this is all about his life, like him as a young kid. It talks about crazy shit he did, how he got into music, his first band, Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids, everything about his life, and just the crazy stuff that he did. And it also has like some pictures in it. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, I read this book so much as a teenager. Oh my God, I freaking love it, dude. Like, I just absolutely love this book. It's literally one of my favorites in my whole entire collection. Yeah, he was crazy, dude. Like, you know how they say rock stars are crazy? Rock stars are crazy, that's for sure. Next, these were some hand-me-downs from my mom that she didn't want anymore, and I thought, I'll take them, I might read them. But I have a memoir of Cher, the lovely Cher, and the main reason I wanted to read this, I have no idea what this book is about, but the main reason why I wanted to read Cher's book is because I want to see if there's any juicy stories about Studio 54 in here. You know? So yeah, I do have Cher's book, and my mom was just gonna like, get rid of this, and I was like, no, give it to me. I love celebrity books. I'll read it. And then I also have Jennifer Grey, Out of the Corner. If you guys don't know who Jennifer Grey is, she starred in the movie Dirty Dancing with Patrick Swayze. And the reason why I wanted to read this one is because I wanted to see if she was going to talk about any drama between her and Patrick Swayze, because they had really good chemistry on camera, but secretly they couldn't stand each other. So I thought that was very interesting, and I want to see if she talks more about that in this book. So I have a Jennifer Grey book. I have two Marilyn Monroe books. These both were actually from my dad. My dad gifted these to me many years ago. Oh my God, I still have it bookmarked. That's so funny. But I have a Marilyn Monroe book. It's like a nice thick book. Kind of talks about her life and all the hardships that she went through. So it doesn't necessarily tell you all the glamorous sides of Marilyn Monroe. It goes into kind of like the darker things that happened with Marilyn. So yeah, I have this one. My dad really liked Marilyn Monroe as well, so that's something that me and my dad kind of bonded over. So he would always get me like Marilyn Monroe magazines. Like I have a magazine rack over there with like a ton of Marilyn Monroe magazines, all from my dad. My dad also gifted me this one. This is Marilyn Monroe, a celebration of the most iconic woman from Hollywood's golden era. And it's just like a little tiny book, and it's more or less, it's a picture book. So it has like her introduction, all about her childhood, and just, oh my God, just absolutely beautiful, high definition photos, how she got into modeling, her first marriage. Like, how freaking beautiful is she? She's just, Marilyn Monroe truly is just an absolute freaking icon. One of my all-time favorite Marilyn Monroe movies is The 7-Year Itch, and I also love Some Like It Hot. And I do also own every Marilyn Monroe movie ever made. My dad also got me a huge box set of all of Marilyn Monroe's movies, which I think is really cool. All right, next we have some political books, and I want everybody to do me a great big favor. Ready? I want everybody to take a deep breath and breathe it out, okay? And I want you to repeat after me. It's just a book, okay? It's just a book. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have quite a few Trump books, Donald Trump books. I know a lot of people are going to be triggered over a book, but yeah, I love Donald Trump. I voted for him. He's one of my favorite presidents. I'm a Republican. I'm a conservative. Sue me for it. So yeah, I do have some Trump books. This one is called Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House. Just talks about his time there. I have this one, Trump's America, The Truth About Our Nation's Comeback. Really love this book. Love this book. I also have God, Trump, and the 2020 Election. And this one, this guy kind of has the same last name as me, but just spelled differently. And it just talks about, it's kind of like a religious / political book. I haven't read this one yet, but it's on one of my next to read. And then next, I have a Killing Reagan. This is all about the presidency of Ronald Reagan, one of my other favorite Republican presidents. If I could have lived through any president, like in any presidency, it probably would have been Reagan's, because I feel like our economy was just freaking dope when Reagan was president. This one isn't really a political book, but I put it in the political section because he is now our vice president. And this is Hillbilly Elegy by J.D. Vance. I watched the movie on Netflix and I really liked the movie. And then once he was elected to be the vice president, I was like, holy crap, that's that guy from that movie. So I decided to get the book, just to read the book, just to see if it was different from the movie at all. And I'm gonna say this right now, J.D. Vance for president, 2028. And then the last book that I have, this book is something that is going to become a staple in my life. It is going to be something that I live by. It is going to be something that I am reading for the very first time ever. And that is the Holy Bible. I have my very first ever Bible right here. It's a really, really nice Bible. Like it's really heavy duty. It smells good. Like it's got that, I don't know, it's got that smell. I love when books smell good. And this has the Old and the New Testament in it, which is a good thing, so you can get the full story. But that is the last book in my book collection. Okay guys, and that is everything for my full and entire book collection. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of it. Is there a book in here that you read before that you loved? Did you find a book in here that you want to read? If you have any book recommendations for me, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to know. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go down and give it a huge thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thanks again so much for watching. I love you guys so very much. But until then, I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys and happy reading. Bye.